Hello, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to be baking chocolate cupcakes with cherry icing. So I was watching my last video back, my chocolate chip cookie video, and I noticed it wasn't very good because I wasn't showing you guys the measurements and I wasn't reviewing any of my products. So I'm going to try to do that more today. And if you may ask, why are we baking chocolate cupcakes with cherry frosting? And we are baking these because my sister's birthday is tomorrow, and yeah, she's turning 13, so I'm also gonna make her a cake, so you're gonna get 2 videos for her birthday. But we're making the cupcakes first because tomorrow's her actual birthday, but we're gonna celebrate more on Saturday. So that's gonna be super fun. And in case I actually post this on Wednesday, it's Tuesday's tomorrow, by the way, so yeah, her birthday is going to be tomorrow, which is Tuesday. Anyway, basically, I'm going to first, before we start, tell you a couple things you need to do. You need to pull your hair back if you have any sort of long hair, even if it's just to your shoulders. You need to wash your hands, which I already did, and you need to put on an apron. Well, that's actually not a need to step, that's a want to step, but it's fine. Next, I'm going to tell you what paddle you need to use for your mixer. And I want to say before I start, my mixer is a KitchenAid mixer, and it works really well. It's kind of old, but it still works super well, so I really suggest getting one of these. Or if you already have one that's probably more modern, that's okay, that's cool. And so the paddle we're going to be using today is a whisk, because we're making cupcakes, and since the batter is super thin, it will run off right off of this, so it won't take forever to get off of it. And if you don't have that, I'd suggest using this next, and then this. We never use this, but we have it anyway. So, I'm going to attach this to the mixer, and then we're going to start our first step. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is make our own buttermilk, because I don't know about you, but we never have buttermilk, ever. So basically, we're going to be taking a tablespoon of lemon juice. Delicious. And that's a little much, but it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna let that slide, and I'm gonna let anything slide because I'm not a super professional baker. I'm not professional at all. So I am not perfect, but stuff turns out pretty good when I don't follow the recipe. So I'm going to pour in up to the cup line with milk, and I'm going to add in that tablespoon of lemon juice. And I'm using fat-free milk, which doesn't really matter what kind of milk you use. I'm sorry. Anyway, it doesn't really matter what kind of milk you use. I just use fat-free, and then just lemon juice. 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of cane sugar. Hello. Okay, next we're gonna add in 1/2 cup of Hershey's cocoa powder. That's the one that I'm using. It is Special Dark, and I think it's pretty old. I don't know if they sell it anymore, but it's really good in chocolate cupcakes. So I'm going to add that in. It's going to completely change the color. And now, 1 teaspoon of baking powder. It's Clabber Girl. I don't really have a review for this because I don't know if it tastes like anything, because I don't know what it does to your cupcakes, but it works really well, I think, because stuff turns out good. 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Also, don't have a review for this. We are going to add in 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And I'm gonna add in a little bit extra because you know those sea salt dark chocolate cupcakes, they're so good. And also, I have a review for this. Finally, okay, so it's Morton sea salt. It says it's fine, but it's a little bit bigger pieces than super fine salt, but I really like it because it makes things taste really good, so yeah. Okay, so I put in 1 egg, and the yolk is really weird, but it's fine. Anyway, as you can see, there's only 1/2 cup left of this because I added in 1/2 cup to my cupcakes. You only need 1/2 cup. Do not add any more. It will mess up your cupcakes. So even though you made a cup, just add 1/2 cup. And so, yeah, you can do whatever you want with the rest of it. It's gonna be a little too curled, so it might not be useful for anything at all, but anyway, you can toss it or do whatever you want with it. Probably toss it, that's what you should do. Next, we are adding in 1/2 cup of oil, vegetable oil to be exact. I think that's all you can use. You might be able to use olive oil or like canola oil or something. There's so many oils, it's kind of confusing. And we literally have exactly half a cup left. So that's great. We're gonna add that in. And I just want to get a real shot of that right there. It's beautiful. It's exactly what it needs to look like. It looks kind of disgusting on camera, but it looks really good in life. In life, wow. Okay, so now that we're done with my vegetable oil, that is why I threw the thing away. And I don't have a review for it because I have no idea what vegetable oil does. Okay, so now we're going to do our vanilla extract, which you guys know I love, or you should from the last video. Only one video, it only takes one video. I added an extra. You're supposed to add in 1 teaspoon, but if you're like me, you'll add an extra. That's what I did. So, I mean, you can add an extra or you can just keep it the way it's supposed to be, and that's okay too. It doesn't really matter, but yeah. I just love vanilla, and so that's why, yeah. Okay, so now we are adding our wet ingredients, which look very yellow, and our dry ingredients, which look very brown. So we're gonna see how this turns out. It's gonna be brown, I'm just saying. So I'm going to just add these in, and we are in our stand mixer right now because we did put our dry ingredients into the stand mixer and not into, wow, a separate bowl. So we're going to just put this down, make sure it's locked, and you're going to want to start at a stir because you do not want dry ingredients flying everywhere. Hope you're getting a good view of that. It's looking really good. It looks almost tar-like. It's really black. Just kidding, it's only dark brown. So I'm going to check back in with you guys when it is done mixing in all the dry ingredients, and then we will do the next step. Okay, now we have our very hot water that we spilled on my hands. It's half a cup, by the way. So you're gonna add this to your batter. It's gonna be like that for a while, and that's kind of scary because that's like a baker's nightmare because it looks like it's gonna be ruined, but it's getting better actually already. It's getting better pretty quick. Now I'm going to fix this water, and I just wanna ask you guys, how's your day going? Mine's going good. My sister will be making a guest appearance, so that's good. Yeah. And that's that. Okay, now, what's next? Now, we're going to fill up our muffin tin with batter halfway. And yes, yeah, just halfway. And we're gonna show me filling up one, and then we're gonna do a time lapse of the rest of them so you don't have to watch me do all this. Hey, so now we're baking them, putting them in the oven because they look beautiful. So first up, open the oven. Oh yeah, you're supposed to preheat it to 350. I'm sorry if you didn't do that. I forgot to say that. But then you're gonna put them in when it's done preheating and cook them for 18 to 21 minutes. And I always go right in half. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put them in for 19 and a half. Hey guys, so I just wanted to say, I didn't film us making the frosting because it wasn't super important and it wasn't super exciting because we had a little bit of a slip up. But I don't know if we already told you the measurements. I watched it back, but I already forgot. So we cut the recipe in half, so we did put in 2.5 cups of powdered sugar, even though it was supposed to be 5 cups, which we did not have, which is why we cut it in half. And then we also put in 1 stick of butter because it was supposed to be 2. And accidentally, we put in 1/4 cup of maraschino cherry liquid things in the jar. We accidentally put in 1/4 of a cup when it was really supposed to be 1/8 of a cup because we were trying to do cutting it in half, but we didn't. So if you're cutting it in half like we did, add in 1/8 of a cup. But then we also added in, a little cornstarch, right? And then, yeah, you really just have, because we made it too liquidy. That's why we added in cornstarch, but that's a good fixer or whatever. And then the last thing is we did some almond extract to give it more flavor, and we chopped up some maraschino cherries and put little pieces in there because that makes it really good. And so, yeah, those are all the measurements. I'm sorry if we didn't say that earlier in the video, but I didn't film the frosting. Now we're gonna frost. It's time to frost. And we have this huge bag, and Violet's gonna cut it, and it's gonna kind of start running out because it's a little liquidy. And so I kind of need it.
It did.
It's not too liquidy though. So we're just gonna put a big dot right in the middle of all of them, and then spread it around so that every cupcake gets frosting. It's coming out both sides.
Whoa, wait, what about your other ones?
I was just gonna do 2, and then you can do 2.
Well, but no, we just need to frost them all.
Okay. So we're frosting a lot. And now I'm going to use my knife and my cupcake with some frosting on it and just spread it super smoothly. And here is one. Here, one second. I gotta actually finish it. Oh, wow. I did not get enough frosting on this cupcake. But you get the point. It looks pretty good. And I'm gonna just frost the rest of them. Thank you so much for watching to this point. I hope you really enjoyed this video, and I hope you baked along. And if you did, I hope you love it, and I hope you enjoyed doing it. And I hope it was pretty easy to follow. I hope it was easier to follow than my last video. Anything would be easier to follow than my last video. But thank you so much for watching to this point, and I love you all so much. Thank you for watching, and yeah, bye, happy bakers.
Hi, I'm the sister. My birthday's tomorrow. Bye.